All right, if you're in talent attraction, you know the game is always changing. But what if I told you the rules are being rewritten right now? Not by us, but by the candidates themselves. And they've got a new coach in their corner, and it's a total game changer. I mean, really, just stop and think about that for a second. You know that candidate, the one who just nails every single interview question, whose resume seems like it was written just for the role? What if their secret weapon wasn't a human career coach, but a super smart AI guiding their every move? And look, this isn't some sci fi movie plot. This is happening right now. Because the biggest names in tech, we're talking Google and Meta, are literally rolling out official courses teaching job seekers exactly how to use generative AI to land their dream job. So they're not just messing around with it. No, they are being formally trained. So, okay, what does this new playbook actually look like? You can think of it as a complete strategic overhaul of the job search as we know it. Candidates aren't just, randomly browsing and applying anymore. They're running a precise, AI-guided campaign to land the perfect role. It really boils down to three main pillars. First up is strategic discovery. So instead of mindlessly scrolling through job boards, AI is helping them figure out their career identity and then finding roles that are a perfect match. Second, you've got algorithmic optimization. This is where they use AI to basically reverse engineer your job descriptions and tailor their resumes to fly past both your applicant tracking system and a human recruiter. And finally, there's simulated prep. I mean, they're role-playing entire interviews with AI, practicing their answers over and over until they sound absolutely flawless. So you're probably wondering, where are they learning all this stuff? Well, let's pull back the curtain and look at the official curriculum from the tech giants themselves. This is what's shaping the applicants you're about to meet. And let me be clear, this is not some niche trend. We're talking about major official programs on huge platforms like Coursera. You've got Google with its Accelerate Your Job Search with AI, Meta's got a Job Search with Gen AI course, and there are even broader programs like Google's AI Essentials. This has gone totally mainstream. Okay, let's zoom in on the Google course for a second because it's a perfect example of what's going on. It's literally designed by Google's own experts to help candidates find their next job faster and with more confidence than ever before. And just think about the sheer scale of this. We're not talking about a handful of tech-savvy early adopters here. More than 213,000. That's how many candidates have already enrolled in just this one course from Google. That is a massive shift happening in the talent pool right now, as we speak. And it's not just that a lot of people are taking it. It's that it works. A whopping 98% of the people who took the course gave it a positive rating. What does that tell us? It tells us that candidates are finding this training incredibly valuable. They're learning, they're adapting, and they are walking into your application process more prepared than any group of candidates in history. So what this all means is that candidates now have what we can call the Candidates AI Toolkit. It's this whole suite of powerful AI tools that they're being specifically trained to use to optimize every single interaction they have with your company. So what's actually in this toolkit? Well, they're using tools like Career Dreamer for that initial discovery phase, to find you. Then they're using things like Gemini to write and tweak resumes your ATS is going to love. They're even using Notebook LM to instantly summarize your job descriptions and all your latest company news. And get this, they're using Gemini Live to actually role play and practice for an interview for your specific role. Trust me, they know a lot more about you than you probably think. Okay, so we've seen what candidates are doing. The big question now is, what does all of this mean for us? For anyone listening who's in TA or employer branding, this is creating a whole new reality we have to navigate. This quote from our analysis really says it all. The days when you could easily spot a top-tier application just because it was super polished, well, those days are pretty much over. And why is that? Because AI is helping everybody submit a polished, well-written, keyword-optimized application. The entire baseline for what a good application looks like is rising. This means our whole focus has to shift. It used to be that we could scan for those polished resumes and the right keywords as a signal of a good candidate, but now we have to look way beyond that perfect AI-generated polish. The new game plan is really twofold. First, we have to get much, much better at spotting genuine skill and authenticity during the interview itself. And second, and this is key, we have to flip the script and make sure our own job descriptions are optimized for these AI discovery tools. Yeah, that last point is absolutely massive. Think about it. If your career site and your JDs aren't written in a way that an AI tool like Career Dreamer can understand and match to a candidate's profile, you could become invisible. The very best candidates might never even know your job exists. Which brings us to our final and I think most important thought. Look, this isn't about fighting AI. It's about understanding this new landscape and adapting our strategies to win in it. So here's the question I want you to take back to your team. When that next perfect candidate uses AI to find you, to apply to you, and to interview with you, is your talent attraction strategy going to be ready for them? Because I can promise you, they are getting ready for you.